This is text 1. Jaya Jaya Maham Aheshwara Gora Chandra Jaya Jaya Vishambara Priya Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Gaurachandra, the Lord of all lords. All glories to Vishambara and his beloved devotees. Vishambara Priya Bhakta Vrinda. So like Vishambara Priya, we have Vishnu Priya, and this is Vishambara Priya. But the Bhakta Vrinda, the group of devotees, they are very dear to Lord Vishambara, and he is very dear to them. Hinamati Navadvipe Vishambara Rai Bhakta Sange Sankirtana Karena Sadai. In this way, Lord Vishambara constantly performs Sankirtan with the devotees in Navadvip. Dwara Dhya Nisha Bhage Karena Kirtan Praveshite Nare Kon Bina Lokajan. As they perform Kirtan at night, the Lord closed the door from inside Srivas Angam so that outsiders could not enter. It was very nice. I like this conception very much. I don't like any outsiders to come inside, because if they do, they will get ejected outside. So he closed the door. Pravesh nare, pravesh na kon bina lokajan. Nisha bhagi, dora diya. Ek din nache prabhu shivasara bhari. Gare chila lukaya shivasa shashudi. Shashuru. She says shashudi in Bengali. One day as the Lord was dancing in the house of Srivas, the mother-in-law of Srivas was hiding within the house. So she was hiding in the house. Srivas' mother-in-law, Malini's mother. Takura pandita adi kena nahi jan. Dola muri dia ache gare ekakon. No one, even Srivas Pandit, knew about this. She hid behind a basket of grains in a corner of the room. Lukaile, right? Lukaile ki hai antare bhagya nai alpa bhagye se nritya dekite napai. What is the use of hiding? She did not have sufficient good fortune, and without sufficient fortune, no one can see the Lord's dancing. Alpa bhagye nritya dekite napai. Napai. If you have alpa, very little, literally less good fortune, then you cannot see the ecstatic dancing of Sri Gaurasundar. But even by chance, if you can see, you will not understand the meaning. And another way, even though you may see, if you're inimical and maintain aversion to the Lord, then your mind will wander elsewhere, even when you're seeing the Lord. Nachite, 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 Prabhu bale gana ghan, ulasa amara aji, nahe ki karan. While dancing, the Lord repeatedly said, "Why am I not feeling happy today?" Ulasa amara aji nahi ki karan. Kikaran, kikaran. Kikaran. What is the cause? That Amar Ulas. Ulas is not coming. Ulas doesn't mean happiness, it means euphoria. In English, the word euphoria means bubbling over with joy. So, oh yeah, I'm really happy. It's like elation. You're expanded with joy. You're blossoming with joy. Ulas, prafula. Means like you're just expanded, your cheeks are expanded, your eyes are expanded, your heart's expanded, your eyes are watery, your eyes are twinkly and watery, and you're just like effulgent with joy. That's called ulas. That's pretty rare. Ulas amara. Ulas my aji. Aji today, it's not happening. It's not really happening today. Why? What is the cause? Sarvabhutta antaryami janena sakal janiya onakahina kare kutuhal. As the super soul of all living entities, the Lord knows everything. Although He knows everything, He does not disclose this to enjoy His pastimes. In other words, He's pretending. What is the cause? Kikaran. What is the cause of my lack of ulas? He knows, but just if He knows everything, nobody can say, well, He can't ask anyone, He can't engage anyone in anything. and there's nothing flows, nothing moves. It's rather boring pastimes. Puna puna nache bale, sukha nahi pai, keha wa ki lokaiya, ache kontani. As Mahaprabhu danced, he repeatedly said, I am not feeling any happiness. Is there anyone hiding here? Sarvabadi vichara, karila jane jane, Shrivasa chahila gara, sakala apanu. They searched the entire house of Srivas Pandit, and even Srivas personally checked all the rooms. Bina keha nahi bali, karaye kirtan. Ulasa na bhare Prabhu Sri Shachinandan. When it was determined that no outsider was there, they continued the kirtan. Sri Shachinandan, however, did not feel any ecstasy. Ulas na bhare Prabhu. Arabhara rahi bale, sukha nahi pai, ajiva amare Krishna anugraha nai. Mahaprabhu stopped and said, I am not feeling happiness. Perhaps Krishna is not showing me mercy today. Krishna anugraha nai. So this is interesting correlation here between mercy and joy. Anugraha and sukha. Anugraha and sukha. Sukha nahi pai, anugraha nahi. No mercy, no happiness. Kripa karo. Vaishnava kripa karo. So when we get the mercy, then we feel happy. When we don't get the mercy, we feel sad. Isn't it? I think that's everyone understands that principle. Like we don't get the mercy, we don't get any Mahaprasad. Prasad means mercy. And then we feel sad because we're not eating. We feel very hungry and sad. Oh Prabhu, I bought this plate of Mahaprasad from Jagannath Mandir because I know you're too sick to get to Anand Bazaar today. Oh wow, Jagannath's mercy. Now I feel happy. So this is a nice point here, basic point. Lord Chaitanya himself, even God needs mercy to be happy. We're always saying, God, give me your mercy because I'm unhappy. Let's say that song is there. Ha Prabhu. Yeah, Ha Ananda Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. Ami Bharo Duki. Ami Bharo Duki. Bharo Duki. Bharo Duki means I'm big time unhappy. Very, very sad. Very, very unfortunate and sad. Ha Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. I mean, you're like not only Sukhi, but you're Prem and Anand. You got too many things going for you. Too many things on your side. You have Sukhi, you have happiness. That's enough for anyone to want. But not only that, you have Ananda. What kind of Ananda? The Ananda of Bhagavan love, the love of Ananda of love of God, the bliss of love of God. Premananda Sukhi. I mean, it's enough just to be happy. And people say, "Are you happy? Are you happy?" You chant this Hare Krishna. Make you happy? You're a vegetarian. Makes you happy? You get up early. It makes you happy? Everyone wants to know. Does it make you happy? You say, "No, I'm very sad." Oh, okay, then I'll stay where I am because I'm already very sad. Why should I get up at 4:00 in the morning to make myself also sad? I get up at 7 and I'm sad, so I'll stay sad and get up at 7. So they always say, like, does it make you happy? So many times when I travel on the trains in India, they say, so I just have one thing, sir. You're doing all these things, okay, Hare Krishna said. Does it make you happy? Because everyone is so unhappy in the material world, really unhappy. So this is even God is subjected to the same thing. If he doesn't get mercy, he can't be happy. Interesting. As Chaitanya was Radha and Krishna, he said, "I'm not happy. I'm not feeling happy. Sukha nahi." And he says, "Perhaps why am I not happy? Well, Krishna's not favoring me. Krishna anugraha. Krishna's not giving me any mercy, so I'm not happy." Mahatrase chinte saba bhagavatagan amasaba bina ara nahi konajan. In fear, Mahatrase, in great fear, all the devotees thought, there is no one here beside us. So here it's Bhagavad Gan. I love the different phrases. Here earlier he used Bhaktagan and Bhagavad Gan. He always uses these. It says Vaishnava Mandala. all different terms, all the same. He's talking about the same group, the devotees, the group of devotees. Sometimes he says Bhaktagan, some Bhagavatgan, Vaishnava Mandal. Amare konva karila aparad ateva prabhu chitte na paya prasad. So the devotees were thinking in their minds, we must have committed some offense, therefore the Lord is not feeling any pleasure. Here's another point we can consider, that the meaning of aparad, rad means satisfaction, ap means against the satisfaction. So activities which are against the satisfaction of whom? Well, maybe against the satisfaction of the person whom we've committed an offense to, but in a larger way it's an offense to Krishna, because the devotees are all his parts and parcels, intrinsically and extrinsically, parts and parcels of God, as devotees and also as jivas. So either way we're connected, an intimate connection and relationship with the Lord. So when we offend a devotee, then we're giving displeasure to the Lord. He's becoming displeased with us. So the devotees are rightly surmising here that Lord Vishnubar is saying, Sukha nahi pai, I am not happy. And the devotees are thinking, well, we must be the cause. Because Mahaprabhu looked at us, he looked at all of us and said, Ki karan, what is the cause? Ki karan, sarva karana karanam. And they could have replied to him and said, what are you asking us? Ki karan, what is the cause? You're Ishvara Sarvabhutanam, you're Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadirādhira Gop, sarva karana karanam. You're the cause of all causes, why are you asking us? If you're not happy, that's your fault. No, they didn't say like that. They felt very fearful, mahatrase. They were very fearful, very, very afraid, because the Lord was not feeling ulas, not feeling happy. So then they thought about it, because immediately they thought it's somebody else's fault. Right? Isn't this a natural thinking? Whenever something happens to us, we lose something or something goes wrong. Oh, it's your fault. I lost this thing. Hey, did you steal my wallet? You're living with me. I think you stole my wallet. Did you steal my tape player? I didn't even see it. No, I think you stole it. So any problems we have, it's always somebody else's fault. So immediately when Lord was not feeling happy, they said, there must be somebody hiding in the house. We can't be the fault, because we're your associates. We're doing nachiti. We're dancing with you. We're in the kirtan with you. So it's not our fault. It must be somebody else. Let's try to find out who it is. So they look all over the house and they can't find anybody, and they say, well, wait a minute. If there's nobody else here, it's not Lord Chaitanya's fault. And if it's not his fault, then the only people left are us. So it must be our fault. So now they're putting the blame on themselves. What did we do? Why is the Lord not feeling any pleasure? Because we must have made some offense. You see on this one verse how much philosophy and tattva is there. Amare konva karila aparad ateva prabhu chitte na paya prasad. Paya prasad. In the consciousness of Mahaprabhu, he's not feeling any mercy, any prasad, any pleasure. Because maybe we've done some aparad. Arabara Thakura Pandit Gare Ghiya Deke Nija Shashudi Achaye Lukaya. Shivas Pandit again went inside and found his mother-in-law hiding there behind some baskets in the corner of the room. Krishna Veshe Mahamata Thakura Pandita Jarabhaya Nahi Tara Kisara Garvita. Shivas Pandit was intoxicated with love of Krishna. Krishna Vesh Mahamata. He was greatly, mata means unmad. He was greatly intoxicated. Krishna Vesh, he was totally absorbed in Krishna and intoxicated by that absorption. How can one who has no external consciousness become proud? Intoxicated by serving Krishna through kirtan, Srivas Pandit was completely aloof from the ways of external thought. Visheshe prabhura vakye kampita sharir agyadiya chuledari karila bahir. Srivas's body was shaking because of the Lord's words. kampita sharir. He gave instructions to grab her by the hair and throw her out. So these are the emotional responses. These are the different bhavas, anubhavas, and sanchari bhavas of Srivas Thakur when he found his mother-in-law hiding in the corner of the room watching Lord Chaitanya's kirtan, and she was the karan, she was the cause of his unhappiness and his lack of ulas and his disturbance. And it wasn't the lack of Krishna's mercy, and it wasn't the aparats of the devotees, it was the mother-in-law, as usual. Mother-in-laws are always getting in trouble. So Srivas Pandit, his body was literally shaking and trembling because of the words of Lord Chaitanya when he said that he's not feeling any happiness. So he told some of his assistants, he said, grab her by the hair and throw her out. And the purport is, ordinary people shake in anger when there is impediment to their sense gratification. Have you ever seen a child throw a tantrum? 5-year-old is in the store, or 8-year-old boy is in the store with his parents. I want these guns or this or that. They say, no, you have 10 pairs of guns already. No more guns. He said, no, please. And he starts saying, please. And, no, please. And he starts shaking like this, and he falls on the ground. He's rolling on the ground. Give me those guns. Ah! I've seen it many times. So he's shaking and trembling because his sense gratification, he's been frustrated. He's so angry. He's like rolling on the ground, flailing his arms. 8-year-old boy, called temper tantrum. But Srivas, it was not that he was angry over his own sense gratification, but he was not induced by false ego to exhibit restlessness due to anger. But he was so much disturbed because of Lord Chaitanya's disturbance. So he gave instructions to others to grab his hiding respectable mother-in-law by the hair, drag her out from behind the grain basket, and take her out unseen by others. They have to remember, Srivas Pandit is a Brahmin, and his mother-in-law is also a Brahmini. She's not some street sweeper. She's a highly respectable, famous personality, the mother of Malini, his wife. And he's throwing her out like she's some hooligan or something, throwing her out on her ear.